Welcome everyone. Today we are going to see about 9th standard science unit 23 organization of plant tissues and growth. Organization of plant tissues. The plant tissues are divided into two types. First one is meristematic tissue and the second one is permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are divided into two types. Apical meristem, lateral meristem, and the other one is intercalary meristem. Permanent tissues are divided into three types: epidermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. The ground tissue are divided into three types: parenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. And also, vascular tissues is divided into two types: xylem and phloem. First one, the introduction. Unicellular organisms like bacteria and protozoans are made of single cells. On the other hand, multicellular organisms like higher plants and animals are composed of millions of different types of cells that are grouped into different level of organization. First one is what is tissue? A group of cells pushed to perform a particular function is called a tissue. For example, இப்போ நம்ம கிளாஸ்ல வந்து ஒரு 10 மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்கும், 10 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஒரு 10 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்மே சேர்ந்து ஒரு பர்டிகுலரான ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டியை செஞ்சு முடிக்கிறது அது பேர் ஃபங்க்ஷன். எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து குரூப்பா வந்து ஒரு ஒர்க் செஞ்சு முடிக்கிறோம், அது பேர் தான் ஃபங்க்ஷன். இப்போ வந்து ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுமே ஒரு செல்லா இருந்து அவங்க பொசிஷன்ல இருந்து அதை பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி அந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி பண்ணி முடிச்சு அது வந்து ஃபைனலா வந்து அது டிஷ்யூ சொல்லுவாங்க. An organ is a structure made up of collection of tissues that carry out specialized function. For example, plants வந்து root, stem, leaves வந்து நம்ம organs சொல்லுவோம். Xylem and phloem வந்து tissues சொல்லுவோம். இந்த அனிமல்ஸ்ல வந்து stomach tissue வந்து epithelial செல்லாலையும் muscle செல்லாலையும் உண்டாயிருக்கும். The plant tissues are divided into two types. First one is meristematic tissue and the second one is permanent tissue. The permanent tissue is called as special permanent tissue. The permanent tissues are divided into two types. First one is simple permanent tissue. Second one is complex permanent tissue. The simple permanent tissues are again parenchyma, parenchyma and sclerenchyma. The complex permanent tissues is xylem and phloem. First one is meristematic tissue. The meristem is derived from Greek word. It means meristus. Meristem is found in where growth can take place in the plant. For example, apex of stem. The characteristics of the meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissues are living cells. Cells are small, oval, and round in shape. They are thin-walled. The meristematic tissue has a quality of cell renewal. Every time the cell divides, one cell remains identical to the parent cell and the others from specialized structures. They are very small and few vacuoles. The meristematic tissue is living and thin-walled. The type of meristem based on their position. The meristem is divided into three parts: apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. The apical meristem is present in the upper part of the plant. For example, region of cells capable of division and growth in the root and shoot between plants. Lateral meristems, cells found at the margin of stem and roots. Intercalary meristem, located at the internodes or the base of the leaves. Second one is permanent tissue. Permanent tissues are growth as stopped for the time being is called permanent tissue. The tissues are divided into two types. They are simple tissues and complex tissues. The permanent tissue, plant tissue, meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Permanent tissue is called as simple permanent tissue, complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues are parenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Complex permanent tissue is xylem and phloem. Simple tissue. The simple tissue is the homogeneous tissue. Structurally, functionally similar cells, they are called as simple tissues. For example, parenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. The parenchyma is a living cell and oval in shape. Simple tissues is made up of tissues on the same type. In plants, it is known as epidermis. Simple tissues are divided into parenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. The parenchyma is made up of thin-walled living cells. Second one is complex tissue. The complex tissues are made up of more than one type of cells. They are work together. It consists of parenchyma and sclerenchyma. For example, xylem and phloem. Xylem is a conduction of tissue. It's able to conduction of water, mineral, and nutrition. Phloem. Phloem is a complex tissue. Phloem is the vascular tissue in charge of transport and distribution of the organic nutrients. The phloem is also a pathway of signaling molecules and has a structural function in the plant body. It is typically composed of three types of cells: seed elements, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma.